What's up? What's up, my Mind Your Money business people? It's me yet again with another video on today's stock market news. I'm a little late today. Today's my day off, so I slept in, rested, which is what I needed, which is what we all need. So always take time, a little extra time for yourself whenever you can. But again, today's stock market, eh, you know, is doing what it's been doing for quite a while now. Which is just what we're into right now. I mean, things are just down. The tariffs between the US and China is causing a big disruption in the world, not just within the United States stock market, but every market is being affected by what's happening. However, I urge you to continue to dollar cost average and invest into the stock market if you are. Do not get turned off by what's happening because it happens, right? So as long as you're in the market for the long haul, you're a smart investor. Continue to dollar cost average, and things will be okay because that's what history has shown us. Whenever there's a downturn in the market, it always goes back up, and that is what I believe is going to happen in this current situation and market condition, right? So it says here, U.S. stocks were mixed Thursday, right? Actually, the heading says Dow Jones slide as United Health plunges. NASDAQ and S&P 500 sputtered to end down week. Again, stocks were mixed on Thursday, but ended another down week as investors eyed potential progress on trade talks and President Trump lashed out at Fed Chair Jerome Powell after his stark picture of the economy under tariffs. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 1.3% or more than 500 points. The benchmark S&P 500 rose 0.1%, and the tech-heavy NASDAQ Composite slipped 0.1% after Wednesday tech-led sell-off. To me, the selling off meaning they're on sale. That's it. So shares of United Health tanked 22%, dragging the Dow lower after the health insurer cut its full year profit forecast. United Health is the largest Dow component by weight. So Thursday marked the end of the trading for the week, with U.S. markets closed for Good Friday. All three of the major averages closed the week lower, with the NASDAQ and Dow falling 2.5%, and that's big. The S&P 500 was down around 1.5% for the week. So Trump's on again, off again feud with the Fed chair, Jerome, he appointed came back into the spotlight as the president said Thursday that his termination cannot come fast enough and mused about replacing him. So Trump's comments after Powell, speaking in Chicago, issued his starkest warning yet on how tariffs could affect the U.S. economy, which is true, right? However, the truth hurts. So the Fed chair said the central bank would likely face a challenging scenario, considering he expects the levies to exacerbate inflation and slow the economy growth, which is not good for the American people. So Powell also threw cold water on hopes the central bank would imminently slash interest rates as tariffs roll in, saying Fed officials will wait for greater clarity on Trump's trade policy. Makes sense, right? And so again, the markets closed on Friday, one of the 10 holidays the stock market observed in 2025, and trading will resume on Monday at 09:30 a.m. Just some stuff on here about Netflix tops Wall Street expectations, probably because people are at home looking at TV a lot these days, right? And that's pretty much it. Not a lot. other than things are still slowly but surely going down. But United Health took a big hit. United Health lost $130 today. That's 22%. And the stock is now going for $454. So just think, just yesterday, the stock was going for $584. So losing $130 per share in one day is a lot of money. A lot of money. So let's see what else has been happening in the market. My favorite artificial intelligence stock, Nvidia, is still on sale. It lost $3 today, closing out at $101.49. To me, I still buy that stock. My S&P 500 ETF, SPLG, closed out today at 9 cents higher. I'll take that, right? At a price of $61.92. My information technology ETF, FTEC, closed out today losing 85 cents at a price of $150.25. The stuff is on sale, people. The stuff is on sale. Palantir earned $1.07 today, closing out at $93.78. Tesla lost 18 cents today, closing out at $241.37. And again, just think of the fact that Tesla was just at $488 per share a few months ago. And now it's pretty much has been slashed in half. It's on sale, in my opinion. That's why I plan to continue to buy, dollar cost average into the stock market. And Tesla, like Tesla, Broadcom, Nvidia, Palantir, those are the individual stocks that I buy. 20% of my investment goes to those individual stocks. 50% of my money goes into my S&P 500. 30% goes into my information technology ETF. So I would say 80% of my money that's invested is spread out amongst a lot of companies, right? And then I take 20% chance of investing into individual stocks that can go either way, But if I lose all of my money in those individual stocks, there's only 20% of my portfolio. And I don't think that's going to happen. Well, it's not that I don't think, I know that it won't happen, right? But I greatly protect myself by having 80% of my money being spread across over 600 companies that are located within those ETF. And I say 600 because about 296 or close to 300 companies are within my information technology ETF, and 500 companies, 500 of the largest companies in the United States are within my S&P 500. And I say 600 because I haven't compared the two, but there are the same companies, some of the same companies within my S&P 500 that are information technology based are also within my information technology ETF. Hopefully that made sense. But yeah, I know what I meant. You knew what I meant. You got it. So either way, I'm going to continue investing because I'm in this for the long haul. To me, I see a problem right now that needs to be squared away and fixed and solved. And until then, it's driving the market down, creating cheaper stocks, great companies at a cheaper rate. So I will continue to buy. When others are fearful is when I buy. And when others start buying, I continue to buy, just smartly. But I'm not about to dump a large sum of my money into the market because I see it going up. No, I'm going to continue to invest wisely on a monthly basis for the long haul until I decide to stop. And I may never stop. As long as I breathe, I may continue to invest. Why not? Either way, so hopefully you are investing. Hopefully you're not straddling the fence. Again, you need to be in the market and not try to time it because it's impossible to time the market. You have to be in the market. I greatly urge everyone to get out of debt. Debt restricts your ability to invest in yourself, whether it be in the stock market, whether it be in real estate, whether it be in your education, who you are as a person, your kids, so on and so forth. So get out of that personal loan debt, student loan debt, pay it off, or figure out how to go to college cheaper, apply for grants, get out of that car loan debt, and then tackle your mortgage after you've created that 3 to 6 months of living expenses, after you are investing at least 15% of your income, after you've gotten out of debt. And then also you've created and fully funded your kids' college fund. Then tackle your mortgage debt. And then after you tackle your mortgage debt, you can do whatever the hell you want to do. Right? You can give away money. You can invest more money. Yeah, and also live below your means, people. You know, I was looking at some videos just before I started this one about, you know, people in other countries like, say, Africa or Asia, where they are happy with little. And there are a lot of us that have a lot, and we still, we don't appreciate it, right? And you need to appreciate where you are. You don't need as much, you know. Some people are just happy because, you know, there are some people in these third world countries who would be happy to have running water in their home where they don't have to walk miles to get it, and then not worry about it getting them sick. Just learn to appreciate what you have and make the most of it, and then that will help free you from whatever issues we have or we've created, or because we keep comparing ourselves to other people, places, and things, like via social media, and you have no idea if any of that stuff is real, because those are just images and videos that people post that make them appear to be a certain way. Like, I may post these videos and it may look like I'm just the most happiest person in the world, and that's not the case. I have my moments. I have my days where I don't feel like doing videos. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to deal with people, relationships, stuff. But what I do force myself to do is to think better thoughts, to get myself out of that funk, to not remain there. It's okay to go there sometimes, but is it worth staying in that rut or in that dark place? No, it's not going to get you what you want out of life, and that's what I do. I remind myself of that, and that's what I urge you to do as well. So let me stop before I continue to talk too much. Right. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I pretending to be one. So any and all information on my channel is for entertainment purposes only, and it expresses my opinion. So please consult with a financial advisor before you invest any of your hard-earned money if you're not confident enough to do it on your own. So yeah. So I'm gonna end this video here. And hopefully you guys have a blessed weekend. I'm going to rest, continue to rest today. Get ready for my fasting. I fast on Saturdays and Sundays. But I'm about to eat lunch, and yeah, and just relax. So you guys take care. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed weekend. Peace.